You can find this course on schooldesign.net. Join on Facebook website and group. The full course you can watch on Udemy. You can find course and files on patreon.com. And this time the next type of building, this will be similar to Taipei Nangang office tower, and as you can see, we will create the glass, the outside ring and the floors. This is the image from the visualization. So in a few steps, just only with few plugins, we will create those buildings from the beginning to the end. So as you can see, there will be selection, toys, round corner, Fredo and artisan. So the first thing that we need to do is to start to create the base sketch. So it will be the base contour. I will add 97 meters tall. This is because this dimension is exactly from the original building. And so we will start with the ground, and then we will add some basic shapes, something like this. Then we need to remove the bottom line, because I would like to have the one curve. And we have surface. We can add push-pull for this surface to add the thickness. Now I will select everything and I will make a group. Then with the artisan we will add the subdivision and smooth. So first we need to select the object, and after that we need to also set the level iteration for the smoothness. The 4 will be enough, but as you can see, also our ground floor also has been smoothed. This is what we need to fix, is to add the additional contour, additional curve. We can add the offset, and thanks to that the ArtStation will look in a different way, because the calculation will be made with some other simulation. So as you can see now, the shape is more closer to the image that I showed you at the beginning. And now what we need to do is to unlock the components and increase the tall, because after iteration the dimension also has changed. So this is our base, and this will be also our glass, and then we can start to create the rings. So I will add the plane. I will move it to this position where I would like to place one of the rings. After that I will move it to the left, and I will divide it to 20, so we have 20 surface, but I think that this is quite a lot, so we will reduce this value to 15 and divide it with 15. So now it should be okay. Everything is intersect. As you can see, because I also moved the camera during the move, I do it without the keyboard locked, and this is why we have some angle, but for now this is not a problem, because I will select everything and I will choose intersect faces with selection. And after that, after the calculation, we can remove all the faces, and we have all the necessary lines. I will also remove this point from the beginning, because this could be sometimes a mistakes during some plugins applied. Okay, now we need to select all those edges. That's why we'll add edges, and we need to rescale it. So I will rescale it to the up and to the left and right at the same time by hitting the Ctrl. So what you can see is that in the front those two rings could be also bigger to the down, so I will lock the glass, and now I can select the rings and make it scale also down. So now it should look much better. And now I can select everything, and we can select the faces, and we can add push-pull for adding the thickness with the plane to Y. So we add the thickness, and this is how we can add the rings, outside rings. As you can see on the right side, maybe I will just move this ring more to the right. Now it's look nice. So the next options that we need to do is to create the components from these rings, because it will be easier to manipulate this in the future. So make components. Now I will hide those components, and I will apply the glass material for the object, and it will be easier to check what's going on. Now we can try to add the floors. So there is 20 floors, so I will move it from down to up, and I will divide it into 20, so we will get the 20 floors. Now we can select everything, and we can choose intersect also with the model. First we need to unlock the glass, and we can select everything, intersect faces with selection. Thanks to that we will get the floor inside the glass, so we can remove the surfaces, and now with the push-pull we can add the thickness for our floor. So I will use joint push-pull, and we can move it down, not on the Z but on the X. Maybe I will move it down, and we need to apply it. So we need to wait for adding the thickness. So as you can see, this plugin works great here without any issue, unfortunately, and as you can see, some of the floors go outside the glass. So what we can do, and of course we need to remove the bottom, because it's normal that here after the artisan we have some issue with the shapes. So what we can do just now is to rescale the floors, because in some position they just move outside the glass. So I will select all the floors, and with the rescale I will just move it a little bit. So now it should be okay, and if we unhide the ring, outside the ring, you will also notice that we need to remove the surface that is inside, and this is also easy to do because we need to select all the rings at the same time, and with the solid tool we need to choose the split, and we need to select the glass. And after that there will be some calculation, and as a result we will be able to remove the inside surface. So as you can see, if we double click on the rings, now there is no the surface inside, but this surface will be unfortunately in the glass, so we need to unhide the glass. We need to go inside the glass, and we need to go inside, and manually we need to remove all the faces that are inside. And if you will do this, you can unhide everything and our model will be ready. So as you could see, it was quite nice and easy.